Go back to the floor plan view. But how you will go back the floor plan view? This brings us to quite an important topic in Revit, the project browser. The project browser. Revit is the frontrunner of BIM. BIM is sweeping our industry for a reason. One of the biggest reasons is the fact that you have fully integrated model right in front of you. What this means is that when you need to open a different floor plan, elevation, detail, drawing sheet or 3D view, you can find it all right here in the model. Also, this means our workflow is going to change. In most cases, it is going to change drastically. When you think about all the external references and convoluted folder structure that comprise a typical job, you can start to relate it to the way Revit uses the project browser. Within Revit, you are using the project browser instead of the folder structure previously used in CAD. This changes the playing field. With CAD, the process of closing the file you are in and opening the file you need to work on is restructured in Revit to enable you to stay in the model. You never have to leave one file to open another. You also never need to rely on external referencing to complete a set of drawings. Revit and the project browser will put you all right in front of the model. To the far left of the Revit is the project browser. The project browser is broken down into categories. A category is floor plan. In the floor plan, double click on level 1. Notice that your display level is set to fine. Now, in the project browser, under floor plans, double click on level 2. Notice that your display level is set to quotes. This is because any change you make on the view control is that view only. When you went to level 2 for the first time, that change has not been made yet. In the view window, you will see little icons that look like houses. These are elevation markers. The elevation marker to the right might be in your building. If this is the case, you need to move it out of the way. Pick a box around the elevation marker. Once the triangle and the small box are selected, move your mouse over the selected objects. Your cursor will move into a move icon. Pick a point on the screen and move the elevation marker out of the way. In the project browser, Find the elevation category. Double click on South. Also in the project browser, notice there is a 3D category. Expand the 3D category and double click on 3D choice. This will bring you back to the 3D view you were looking at previous to this exercise. Now that you can navigate through the project browser, adding other components to the model will be much easier. To start with, we can begin to add some windows. Windows. By clicking on all of these views, you are simply opening a view of the building, not another file that is stored somewhere. For some users, this can be confusing. It was for me. When you click around and open all of these views, these two open. You can quickly open many views. There is a way to manage these views before it gets out of hand. In the upper right corner of the Revit dialog, you will see traditional, close, minimize, maximize for the application. Just below them are the traditional button for the files that are open. Click the X for that file. In this case, you have multiple views open. This situation is best managed on the View tab. To utilize the window menu, perform the following steps. On the Windows panel of the View tab, click Switch Windows. Once the menu is open, look at the open views. Go to Floor Plan Level 1 by clicking the Level 1 icon. On the Windows panel, click Close Hidden. In the project browser, go to the 3D view. Go to the window panel and select Tile. Notice we can both see the 3D view and the floor plan level 1. These views you have opened are mere representation of the model from that perspective. Each view of the model can have its own independent view settings. You are at a good point now to save the file, and this brings us to a good point to discuss the different file types and their association to the BIM model.